Have you ever felt like you're carrying a drowning person across an ocean, but instead of swimming with you, they're just pulling you under while they complain about the temperature of the water? You spend your nights Googling their trauma, trying to understand their anger, or hoping your love will finally be the medicine that heals their childhood wounds. But notice that heaviness in your chest right now. Notice how your own life feels like it's on hold while you wait for them to wake up. Here's the truth that hurts. Stop trying to heal your partner. Not because they don't deserve it, but because your healing is actually a cage. When you try to fix them, you aren't being a saint. You are being a boss. You are looking down at them like a broken object that needs a manual, and nobody wants to be loved as a project. Think about the scent of desperation in your blood. When you try to change someone who doesn't feel the pain themselves, you are the only one shivering while they are perfectly warm in their own mess. You are bleeding your energy into a hole that has no bottom. In the world of real human connection, there is only one rule that actually matters. The one who feels the burn is the one who has to move. If they aren't suffering, they won't change. If you are the one suffering, you are the one whose life is demanding a new direction. Stop being the oxygen tank for someone who refuses to breathe on their own. You aren't saving them. You are just delaying the moment they finally have to learn how to use their own lungs. It's time to stop fixing and start walking. Let's look at your hands for a second. Are they raw? Are they burned? Because you've been trying to hold someone else's fire for so long, hoping it won't burn them. But here's the thing we never admit. When you try to fix someone, what you're really saying is, I don't trust you to handle your own life. It sounds like love, but it smells like fear. You're afraid that if they don't change, your life will stay messy. So you start acting like an uninvited ghost in their head, whispering what they should eat, how they should talk, or why they should go to therapy. You aren't being their partner, you are being their jailer. Feel that tension in your own neck. That's the weight of a life that isn't yours. When you try to save them, you are actually stealing their lessons. You are taking the very friction they need to grow and trying to smooth it out with your own blood and tears. But a butterfly can't fly if you're the one who cuts open the cocoon. By helping, you are keeping them weak. Think about how it feels to be on the other side. Think about the way your skin crawls when someone tries to improve you. It feels like being a pet, not a person. No wonder they fight you. No wonder they pull away. They aren't fighting your good advice. They are fighting for the right to breathe their own air, even if that air is full of smoke. You've been so busy writing their script that you've forgotten you are the one holding the pen for your own life. You aren't a saint for staying in a burning house, trying to convince the owner that fire is hot. You are just someone whose own feet are starting to melt. It's time to drop the tools. Stop trying to manage the weather in someone else's soul, and start noticing that you are drowning in your own. A relationship doesn't just die in a day. It rots, slowly, like fruit left in a dark corner. And if you're the one trying to fix everything, you're usually the last one to smell it. Let's talk about the 4 levels of this rot, so you can see exactly where your feet are standing right now. At first, it's just seeking attention. Think of it like a child tapping on a glass. Your partner starts making small scenes, picking tiny fights, or being difficult. They aren't trying to be mean, they're just shivering in the cold, trying to see if you still have enough warmth to notice them. If you ignore their soul, they start to shout. When shouting doesn't work, it turns into a power struggle. This is when they stop doing the dishes specifically because you asked them to, It's not about the chores. It's about the fact that your healing feels like a leash, and they are pulling back just to prove they still own their own neck. Your throat tightens, their teeth clench, and the house becomes a battlefield of no. This is where it gets ugly. It's revenge. This is when they intentionally do the one thing they know will make your stomach drop. They embarrass you in front of friends. They forget the things that matter to you. They aren't trying to win anymore. They just want you to feel the same burn they feel. It's salt in the wound, and it's meant to hurt. The final stage isn't fighting. It's giving up. This is the loudest silence you'll ever hear. You live in the same house, sleep in the same bed, but you've stopped expecting anything. No more pokes, no more tugs, no more stings. Just two hollow people waiting for the clock to run out. Your heart feels like a dry well. Most of us stay in stage 3 or 4 because we're afraid of the silence. We'd rather have the sting than the ghost. But the only way back to the start, to the place where you actually see each other again, is to stop trying to fix the rot and start asking, why am I still standing in this smell? You're right. We don't need protocols. We need to learn how to breathe again without checking if someone else is choking. To get out of this rot, you don't need a map. You just need to start choosing yourself in the small, quiet moments. Stop staring at the locked door of their soul, waiting for them to open it. When you lower your expectations of them, you aren't being mean. You are giving yourself relief. Stop asking, why won't they change? And start asking, what can I do today to make my own chest feel less tight? Spend that energy on your own health, your own sleep, your own joy. Let them be responsible for their own weather. We need to talk about boundaries, not as a wall to keep them out, but as a fence to keep you safe. If they are angry, you don't have to shiver with them. If they are messy, you don't have to clean up their soul. It's okay to say, I love you, but I won't drown with you today. Feel the strength in your own spine when you stop being a sponge for their chaos. Stop being a debt collector, waiting for them to pay you back in love or change. They might never have the currency to pay you. Instead, start pouring that value back into yourself. Go where you are celebrated, not just tolerated. Do the things that make your blood feel warm and alive. When you stop looking to them for your worth, you take the power back into your own hands. You've been so busy trying to be their oxygen tank that you've forgotten how to use your own lungs. Growth isn't about fixing the person next to you. It's about walking toward the light, even if you have to walk alone for a while. You aren't leaving them behind. You are just finally coming home to yourself. So, here we are, at the end of the fixing and the start of the living. I know it feels scary to stop being the healer. You're afraid that if you let go of their hand, they'll fall. And maybe they will. But you have to ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to stay at the bottom of the pit just to keep them company? Real love isn't two broken people trying to patch each other's holes. Real love is two whole people walking their own paths, choosing to walk beside each other. If you want a healthy relationship, stop looking for a solution and start looking for your own freedom. Feel your heartbeat right now. It doesn't beat for them. It beats for you. Your blood is moving, your lungs are expanding, and your life is waiting for you to show up. Today, don't go home and have another talk about why they need to change. Instead, go home and do something that makes your eyes light up. Read the book you put down. Take the walk you've been delaying. Show them what it looks like to be someone who is truly, deeply alive. You aren't a project, and neither are they. Stop being the editor of their life and start being the writer of your own. When you change your own temperature, the room will change around you, not because you forced it, but because you became too warm for the old cold to stay. Who suffers, changes. And since you were the one feeling the burn, you are the one with the power to move. Don't wait for their permission to be happy. Don't wait for them to wake up before you open your own eyes. I'm Julian. The door is open. The air is fresh. It's time to stop fixing and start being.